companies in place, the officer is accused of initiating a systematic scheme in which the officer directed subordinates within various departments of the Guyana Police Force to falsify records, making it appear as though goods and services had been delivered to the police force, when in reality, no such deliveries were made. Police personnel were then bullied and threatened into making payment vouchers based on these falsified records. In fact, the senior officer authorized checks to be made out to the fraudulent companies. Investigators found that the officer maintained control not only over the financial operations of the companies, but also over the creation of false police records. Suku investigators seem to have unraveled how procurement records were falsified and the misappropriation of funds intended for the supply of goods and services to the Guyana Police Force. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
The trial over alleged electoral irregularities in the 2020 general and regional elections has experienced yet another delay. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
The trial, which was scheduled for its fifth hearing at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Tuesday, September 17, has had multiple setbacks since it started on July 29, 2024. Presiding Magistrate Leron Daly was not present on Tuesday morning, despite the presence of the prosecution, defense counsels, and defendants. As a result, the case was brought before Acting Chief Magistrate Faith Magusti in Court 1. Magistrate Magusti told the packed courtroom that Magistrate Daly is still unwell and adjourned the case until October 31 at 10 a.m. In the event that Magistrate Daly's sickness worsens, the court will be compelled to find an alternative solution, such as appointing a different magistrate to oversee the case, the acting chief magistrate told the court. She said unequivocally that the decision will be made only when it is appropriate. The last hearing took place on Wednesday, July 31, when the case lead prosecutor King's counsel Darshan Ramdani expressed his concerns to the court on the exclusion of portions of testimonies from the first two witnesses after the magistrate ruled the testimonies inadmissible. So far, the defense chief witness, Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Suni Parag, was the only witness to complete her testimony. Rosalinda Rasool, the second witness, provided testimony, some of which was also excluded from the records. Ramdani is contending that the prosecution's case depends heavily on the first two witnesses, whose testimony ought to be heard in its entirety. Both the prosecution and the defense were totally over submissions. Magistrate Daly is expected to make a ruling as to whether she will allow Parag to re-enter the witness box. The trial was expected to run for a period of 6 weeks, but with the constant delays, it is likely to last longer. 9 persons are before the court in relation to electoral fraud. They are former APNU AFC Government Minister Waldo Lawrence, former GECOM Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield, former GECOM Returning Officer for District 4, Clement Mingo, former GECOM Deputy Chief Election Officer Roxanne Myers, APNU AFC's Chief Scrutineer Carol Smith Joseph, and former GECOM employees Sherfin February, Enrique Livan, Michelle Miller, and Dennis Bob Cummins. It is alleged that the defendants conspired during the 2020 general and regional elections to defraud electors of Guyana by declaring a false account of votes cast. Tianco reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The Georgetown Mayor and City Council has denounced the central government's $30 million allocation for urban infrastructure as grossly inadequate and politically motivated. The council is demanding greater autonomy and more substantial investments. More details from Carice Gonzalez.
In a sharp rebuke to recent political theatrics, the Georgetown Mayor and City Council has criticized central government's allocation for a mere $30 million in the 2024 budget for essential urban infrastructure. The allocation, according to Mayor Alfred Mentor, will be used to purchase a garbage truck and a dump truck, a gesture that the council deems inadequate and insulting given the city's pressing needs.
When I saw this song and dance by the minister as well as the councillor, I swore that the government was making a decision to probably buy 50, 60, 100 trucks, not only for the city, but also for the other NDCs.
The allocation was heavily promoted by Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Sonia Parag, and PPPC Councillor Stephen Jacobs as a significant achievement. Their media portrayals of this funding as a major success have sparked outrage from the City Council. On the same note, Mayor Mentor emphasized that the government is steadfast in usurpating the authority of the Council, in that it continues to make decisions on behalf of the body.
They have been trying to micromanage and inveigle themselves into these kind of decisions, which for me, it's against local democracy, it's against the separation of powers.
The mayor added that with Guyana's oil revenue surpassing millions per day and billions annually, the council finds the subvention particularly insulting. Central government is also being accused of engaging in political grandstanding rather than addressing the city's dire needs.
To grant the city council those kind of funds when we have increased services, increased garbage, is kind of an insult to the council for them to treat with it. Mentor, however, is calling for more substantial investment and meaningful dialogue with the central government. He has urged officials to move beyond politics and focus on collaborative efforts to effectively address Georgetown's infrastructure needs. I am Carice Gonzalez reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We have more news for you after this break. Stay with us.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting's and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Say goodbye to germs with a free Sterling Super Soap automatic dispenser. That's right, get free equipment and installation of our touch-free dispenser. The perfect amount of soap every time ensures clean and germ-free hands. Refilling is quick and easy with 4 amazing fragrances: coconut, sunflower sunrise, pink blossom, and citrus zest. Call us on 265-7403.
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Yes.
Start packing this yet?
I ain't start packing yet. Usually I pack a couple hours before and I go. Drive. I got my phone, I got my keys, my charger, my
Procrastinating planning for the future? Well, that's never a good idea. Let Demerara Mutual and Demerara Fire and General help you get started with planning for your future today. I'm with Dem.
You're with the HGP Nightly News. Welcome back. Antonio Day tells us that the Amaila Falls hydropower project is still on government's agenda. However, People's Progressive Party civic spokesperson Barrett Jagdeo remains mum when grilled for details on the project.
Energy transition in Guyana is already taking place. If we move from producing all of our power through burning fossil fuel and diesel to now using gas, we can cut our emissions by 35% immediately.
So that was General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic Barrett Jagdeo last Thursday while updating the press on the Amaila Falls project. Jagdeo made it clear that the Amaila Falls hydro project will form part of the state's energy transition.
I'm not going to commit myself or the government to a timeline now because there are lots of other projects we're trying to complete, but it's high on the agenda and it's still a financially feasible proposition.
Jagdeo reminded that the government had embarked on evaluating 4 companies that had early pre-qualified for the 165 megawatt Amaila Falls project. In 2023, Brazilian company Ralmal SA, China International Water and Elect Corp, Linsco CH4 Guyana Inc., and OEC, GE Vernova and Worley had submitted tenders for the project. Antonio D reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
A former Minister of Finance believes that the Ministry of Education and, by extension, the government of Guyana had no intentions of paying teachers more than a 10% increase. Daisy Richards reports.
Winston Jordan, the former Minister of Finance, speaking on last Sunday's Nation Watch, contends that the Ministry of Education and, by extension, the government had no intentions of remunerating teachers with no more than a 10% increase.
This is in accord with what the government had for the general public sector. So signing something which suggests that should the public servants be given more, then you will get it, is just like, it's very difficult to stomach.
He cautioned that teachers should not be optimistic about receiving more than the 10% the government is willing to pay.
With the exception of the Aubrey Armstrong Award that gave public servants 41% in 1999 and 26.6% in 2000, there has been, I believe, no other time in recent history where public servants would have got more than teachers.
Jordan also called out the Guyana Teachers Union GTU's negotiation team, saying it has done a disservice to the entire public sector.
But there's absolutely no way that the government is going to give a salary increase higher than 10% to the rest of the public sector. Not when they're using this fiction of fiscal space.
He highlighted that the excuse of fiscal space is used to, quote, dazzle and bamboozle, unquote, the various unions, while stating that if tax concessions are still being doled out, then there would never be any space in the government's budget for teachers. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
A 42-year-old taxi driver was on Tuesday charged and granted bail for issuing a bomb threat to the Marriott Hotel. Find out more details from Tiana Cole.
42-year-old Travis Damian Francis Roberts, a taxi driver of Lot 28, Princess Street, Working-Ross, Georgetown, on Tuesday appeared before Acting Chief Magistrate Faith McGusty at the Georgetown Magistrates Court. Roberts pleaded not guilty to the charge, which stated that on September 1, 2024, at Camp Street, Georgetown, by means of telecommunication, using a telephone, willingly transmitted false telecommunication that endangered the staff and guests at a Marriott Hotel. According to reports, investigators from the Criminal Investigations Department CID headquarters, while probing a series of recent bomb threats, arrested Roberts, who allegedly admitted to issuing the threat, claiming he was paid by 2 Venezuelan nationals. According to details provided, Roberts claimed that he was plying his trade when he was approached by 2 Venezuelan nationals who paid him $15,000 to call and make the bomb threat. Roberts, after allegedly making a call, went to Marriott Hotel for a meal, and while there, he observed fire and police officers, along with emergency medical responders arriving. Roberts was represented by attorney-at-law Everton Lamy Singh, who informed the court during Roberts' bail application that he had been detained for more than 100 hours and was presently pursuing a high court action against the police. The court prosecutor objected to bail being granted to Roberts on the grounds of the serious nature of the offense. The magistrate, however, after listening to both sides, granted Roberts bail in the sum of $100,000 with the instruction that he reports to the CID headquarters every second and fourth Friday until the completion of the trial. He was also instructed to make his next court appearance on October 9th for report. Tiana reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We'll be back after this break. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Tropic Construction Solutions, we pride ourselves on being one of the leading distributors of high-quality woven and non-woven geotextile fabric, geotextile tubes, and geogrids for over 15 years in Guyana. We supply reflective vests, sleeves, quality hard hats, and more for your construction needs. We are located in No. 2 Village, East Coast Berbice, 1 minute from Palmyra. Our distribution mechanism enables us to offer delivery across the city of Georgetown. Contact us at +59 926-284-077 or visit our website at www.tcsgt.com.
Visit Gaffur's Tiles and Sanitary Ware Department for stunning designs and the best in wall and floor tiles for your kitchen, bathroom, outdoors, steps, living room, and more. The Tile Department also provides products to clean, polish, and protect your tiles. Tile trims to give your tile area a complete look. Tint sets for both porcelain and ceramic tiles, along with a variety of grout colors. Not forgetting tile paste to lay tiles on wood and concrete surfaces. Our line of products combine the ideal blend of style and innovation and meet the needs of every customer. We stock a vast variety of kitchen sinks, basins and faucets, toilets in a variety of colors and designs, along with every accessory to accentuate. Stylish double-mirrored bathroom cabinets, clear and frosted bathroom doors and enclosures. Remember, for superior customer services, superior quality and competitive prices, it's Gaffur's, the name you can trust.
Thanks for staying tuned. You're with the HGP Nightly News. While the issue of accessing finance, especially for small businesses, poses a challenge for many, those unregistered establishments in Guyana must get their act together. Express Business Solutions has been working with small enterprises in this regard. Antonia Day reports.
Access to finance is a big challenge. What I've noticed with access to finance, though, is a lot of us in business, we don't have our documents in order. We know we've existed for 3-4 years, but the documents don't say that.
That was Managing Director of Express Business Solutions, Natasha Waddle, during a recent interview with Nightly News. She related that oftentimes micro-businesses would approach financial institutions, such as the bank, seeking loans or monetary support, but are denied access due to the lack of supporting documents.
Where's your tax record to show that? Where's your NIS contributions to show the story that you're telling the bank? The bank can't just go off of your word. So traceability becomes the biggest challenge with access to finance.
Small businesses are also denied access to financial support due to the inadequate collateral, which is a logical challenge, Waddle noted. The managing director said that her organization is working with several enterprises to become compliant in an effort to support their respective ventures. Noting that the business community is coupled with a plethora of challenges, Waddle stressed the importance of assessing the market in order to remain relevant and sustainable.
Market research is a big deal. Know what's going on in the industry around you. Know what the problems are in the industry around you and build your business to solve that problem.
While elaborating on the point of being solutions-oriented in business, Waddle noted that networking with inventive partners is paramount. She noted that many businesses are transient due to association with persons who are not goal driven or even solutions oriented.
Know what the problem is that you want to solve and who you want to solve that problem for. What's not being done in the farming industry? What's not being done? What can be done? Or what is being done but not being done good enough? Those are the problems. You find that out. You ensure that you're making connections with the right people and you're building your community and you're networking. It is very true. Your network is your net worth.
Antonio D reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Just over a month after Minister of Home Affairs Robson Ben criticized the Guyana Police Force's procurement process, several ranks benefited from a procurement training. More details from Daisy Richards.
A number of police officers, including senior ranks, participated in a 2-day public procurement training conducted by the Public Procurement Commission, PPC. According to the police's finance officer, Superintendent Prasad, the training program caters to members of the force in different regional divisions who are responsible for procurement. Prasad said, quote, "The intention of this collaboration between the Guyana Police Force and the Public Procurement Commission is to edify you about procurement, the work and purpose of the Procurement Commission and the Procurement Act," unquote. Participants now have a better understanding of administrative tasks, review or bid process and debarment procedure, fundamentals of procurement, the procurement cycle, the procurement procedures, and best practices, procurement methods, tender document preparation, preparation and updating of procurement plans, preparation of draft procurement manual or management system, managing contracts, and monitoring and reporting. Minister of Home Affairs Robson Ben in July of this year noted that the alleged malpractices in the force's procurement process was the subject of investigation, which he deemed the, quote, biggest immediate ongoing problem, unquote. He added that if monies could not be accounted for in the procurement process, then it was a problem, as he would have to answer to the larger bodies on how the funds were acquired. Highlighting that the paper trail must not be fraudulent, the minister said he intends to root out any corruption and collusion. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Stay tuned for regional news.
GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Where to apply for registration? You are required to visit the registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons in your area of residence to apply for registration. Office hours, Monday to Thursday, 8 to 12 hours, 13 hours to 16 hours 30, and Friday from 8 to 12 hours and 13 to 15 hours 30. The offices will be closed on weekends and holidays. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact the GECOM on 225-027729 or visit the website www.gecom.org.gy.
The Guyana Elections Commission GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31st, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. How to apply for registration? You must visit the GECOM registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons from your area of residence to apply for registration or name change or correction. you must be in possession of the following source documents as might be relevant: original birth certificate or valid Guyana passport for new registration, original marriage certificate and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by way of marriage, original deed poll and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by deed poll, original naturalization certificate and original birth certificate in the case of naturalization. This registration exercise will end on November 29th, 2024. For further information, please contact GECOM on the following hotline numbers: 225-027729, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GECOM website at www.gecom.org.
Good evening and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from Trinidad. Opposition leader Kamala Prasad said people who were forced by their employers to take the COVID-19 vaccine and who are experiencing poor health and side effects may now have grounds for legal action. Speaking at the United National Congress UNC meeting at the party Shagwana's headquarters, the former Prime Minister chided Health Minister Terence Dale Singh and Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parasuram for their management of the pandemic. As she noted, close to 5,000 people died from the virus. The last Health Ministry fortnightly update in May 2, 2023, had total deaths of 4,390, and their deaths could have been prevented. Last week, Dale Singh issued a release condemning Prasad for saying that fake vaccines were administered to hundreds of thousands of people in Trinidad and Tobago. He demanded that she retract her statement. However, Prasad on Monday night did not retract her statement, but instead said she brought evidence to support her claim. As she reported, there have been international reports about the vaccines. We tell you now that the Saudi Fund for Development, SFD, and the government of St. Lucia signed contracts with two joint ventures involving two St. Lucian firms in partnership with two Saudi Arabian firms to complete the reconstruction of the St. Jude's Hospital. SFD's funding of the reconstruction and rehabilitation of St. Jude's Hospital came as a much-needed response after its reconstruction following a fire in 2009. It was abandoned for 3 years between 2016 to 2019. This placed the availability of healthcare services for St. Lucia population at risk. The US $75 million loan will help to provide an integrated medical facility offering secondary medical care to St. Lucia's population with a capacity of approximately 100 beds. And now for some international news. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump pledged to conduct mass deportations of Haitian immigrants from the Ohio city of Springfield, even though the majority of them are in the United States legally. The city for days has found itself at the center of social media after right-wing agitators lashed onto false claims that Asian arrivals were eating household pets. The majority of the 15,000 Haitians in Springfield are there legally. Trump's long-standing pledge to conduct mass deportations usually refers to those in the country legally. 2 elementary schools were evacuated and 1 middle school in Springfield was closed on Friday after anonymous bomb threats were made against the community for the second day in a row, according to ABC News. At the White House, President Joe Biden urged the attacks on Haitian community to cease. Trump has cited the tensions in Springfield as another example of the need for hardline immigration policies, and the influx of Haitians has boosted the economy, but also has strained on social services. I am Carice Gonzalez. Thank you for watching. Senior police rank developed scheme to steal money. Junior ranks were bullied to sign fake payment vouchers. Election of fraud trial case further delayed. GTU dazzled and bamboozled in recent multi-year agreement with government. Winston Jordan and Express Business Solutions aiding small enterprises to become compliant while access to finance remains a challenge. Those are our major headlines for these stories and more. Please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Aletha Grant. Thanks for watching.